Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Neelima Edutainment. In today's video, I'm going to explain the top Deloitte coding questions with answers. Today, I will not just show the code, I will also explain the logic and how to think and how to solve the problem. Okay, so this is very useful for 2026 graduates since these questions are repeated from last 2 years. So please watch till the end and don't skip. Okay. So let's understand the exam pattern. As I mentioned in earlier videos, there are two live coding questions, and the type of test is online. Duration of the test is 90 minutes and no negative marking. Okay. The first question is here: how can a number be expressed as a sum of two prime numbers? Okay, so the sample input given is 34. So checking whether it can be written as a sum of two prime numbers. Okay, let's understand this concept. Here the code is available in three languages: C++, Java, and Python. Okay, so I will explain the concept in Python. Okay, before writing the code, let's understand the logic. Okay, what is a prime number? A prime number has only two factors, 1 and itself. Okay, a prime number is a number which is greater than 1 and has only two factors, that is 1 and itself, right? So, what I will do is I will start checking from the number 2, okay, till half of the given number. For each number I will check two things. Is I is a prime number? Is I is a prime number? Okay, and then n minus I is a prime number or not. I will check these two conditions. Okay, if both are prime, then the given number can be expressed as the sum of two primes. For example, we have n equals to 34, right? So I equal to 3, and n minus I becomes 31, right? 34 minus 3, which is 31. So 3 and 31 are prime numbers. So the answer is obviously yes. Okay. So this is the logic behind this program. Let's move on to the second question. Let me read this question: how to check whether a number is a perfect number or not. So first of all, what is a perfect number? A perfect number is a number whose sum of proper divisors is equal to the number itself. Right? So 28. What are the divisors of 28? The divisors of 28 are 1, 2, 4, 7, and 14. Right? When we sum up this, just add them, we get number 28. Okay? So hence it is a perfect number. When we sum up the divisors of a number, we get n. So that's what called a perfect number. In the logic, what I do is I start with sum 1. Sum equals to 1. Okay? Because 1 is a divisor of every number, right? Then I loop from 2 till the square root of the number. Okay? And if a number divides perfectly, I add both the divisors and its pairs. Okay. Finally, if the sum is equal to the number, then it is a perfect number. That is the logic behind this program. Okay, if you have any doubts, just comment. I will answer. Let's move on to the third question. Just read this question carefully. It is about a virus problem. Very important bitwise operation question. Here, a virus eats some binary digits from the right side. Okay, instead of converting the numbers into binary manually, we use the right shift operator. Right? Right shift means dividing the number by 2 repeatedly. So, for example, if I do 10, 3, it means 10 is divided by 2 3 times. Okay, so in the code for each number, I simply write simple logic. Okay, this one. That's it. This question mainly tests whether you know bitwise operations or not. Okay, simple. See, just this is the logic behind it. Okay, simple question. I hope you will solve it easily. Let's move on to the fourth question. So, in this question, we are given a sentence with multiple words. Okay, apple, banana, cherry, orange, mango. Okay, step one, we have to split the sentence into words. Okay, then sort the words alphabetically. Then check which word starts with vowel. That's it. Vowel means we have five number of vowels, that is A, E, I, O, U. Right? You know very well about it. These are the vowels. So after sorting, I print only those words that start with a vowel along with their position. Okay? This question tests string handling and sorting. Just we are splitting the sentence and sorting and checking whether the word starts with vowel or not. Okay. And finally, after sorting, I print those words which start with a vowel along with their position. So here this is our output. Okay, let's move on to the fifth question. The fifth question is all about monitor selection, which is rank comparison. Okay, Um when you see the question looks like a big story, right? But the logic behind this question is very simple. We are given ranks one by one. Okay, see, when you are going to solve the question, you have to read everything carefully. Then only you can able to solve the question without getting any error. Okay. So in this question, we are given ranks one by one. If the current rank is lower than the previous rank, then previous name is cut. What I do is store the first rank. Okay. Compare it with the next rank. If current rank is smaller, then increase the count. Okay. Finally, print how many times names were cut. This is a simple comparison and traversal problem. Okay. I hope you are understood this question. Next problem is about anagram. Okay. What is an anagram? You know very well. I will explain if you don't know. Here, we need to check whether Rahul copied by rearranging letters. Okay, uppercase and lowercase don't matter here. Note. So, okay, for here I'm not reading the question completely since I will provide the PDF if you need. So, I'm just explaining the concept. Okay, don't worry. If you have doubts, please comment. So, in this question, uppercase and lowercase letters are considered to be same. Okay, so what I want to do is whether Rahul copied or not. So, if copied, print 1. If not, 0. Okay, so hello is a given word. So, convert both strings to lowercase. Whatever they have given in the input, you have to convert into lowercase, like hello. Okay, then sort the both strings. Okay, and then compare. Here we are comparing they are equal or not. Hello equal to hello. So compare them. So if they are equal, Rahul copied. Simple. Otherwise, he didn't. So this is a classic anagram problem and most frequently asked question. Okay, just practice well. Let's move on to the seventh question. Seventh question, let me read this question first. Anirudh is attending an astronomy lecture, but he is struggling with understanding the material. His professor, who is very strict, asks students to write a program to print trapezium pattern. So here the question is about patterns. Okay, using stars and dots as shown in the below. Since Anirudh is not proficient in astronomy, can you help him? Okay, sample input is 5. So this is the output format. Nothing, we have to just understand the pattern, loop understanding. Okay, these questions are generally test your loop understanding and how we use loops. Here we use two nested loops. One is for rows and other one is for columns. Okay, based on the position, we decide whether to print a star or dot. Okay, no tricks here, just clear loop logic. Okay, that's it. That's all about the seventh question. I hope you understood the question. And eighth question is about Subarray maximum of minimums. Okay, this question says from all subarrays of size k, find the minimum in each. Okay, and then return the maximum among those minimum values. So first generate all the subarrays of size k. This is the size of the array and array elements. This is the length of the subarray. They have mentioned in the input, right? Here is a explanation of the input. Here what we are doing is generate all the subarrays. What are the subarrays? 3 1, 1 4, 4 6, 6 2, and 2 5. All the continuous elements, right? Which are sequential. So for each subarray, we have to find the minimum value. So when we compare 3, 1, we get the minimum value as 1. And when we compare 1 comma 4, we get 1. And then 4 comma 6, we get 4. 6 comma 2, we get 2. And 2 comma 5, we get 2 as the minimum values. Right? Then compare it with the current maximum. Maximum of these minimum values is 4. Right? So finally, we have to print all the minimums of maximum number. This test arrays slicing and logical thinking. To the ninth question, it's all about password interleaving. Okay, here this in this question we combine two strings by taking characters alternatively. Okay, we are combining first character from string A and then from string B. Okay, and so on. So if one string finishes early, we append the remaining characters. This is a very easy string manipulation question. So let's move on to the 10th question. This is the most important advanced question in Deloitte. Okay, very important question. Longest common subsequence, which means characters appears in the same order but not necessarily continuously. Okay, so here we use DP, dynamic programming. So first we build a DP table to store lengths, and then we trace back to form the sequence. Okay, if multiple answers exist, we choose the lexicographically smallest one. So Deloitte mainly checks whether you understand DP logic. Okay, not just coding. Okay, if you want this PDF, I will provide WhatsApp group link in my description box. Kindly join in that group. So these are the most important repeated Deloitte coding questions with solutions from the last 2 years. So if you understand the logic clearly, you can easily crack the Deloitte coding round. And that's all about this video. If you found this video useful, please like, share, and subscribe to Neelima Edutainment. All the best to 2026 graduates. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.